All right, I'm here with Zach Garrett from MotoTrax. We're here looking at your 2017 Mountain MotoTrax kit. It's a 129. Tell me a little bit about this kit, Zach.
Yeah, definitely. So MotoTrax really went for a completely unique approach to the snow bike industry. We have single swing arm, single shock design, and linkage in there. So it's a progressive suspension, just like your dirt bike. That's really what we went for. We're dirt bike guys through and through and wanted our kit to feel like a bike, feels a lot more balanced, jumps like a bike, and just did a lot of our features based off of that. Even where the swing arm connects down to the rails, there's a ball joint in there that allows it to pivot independently of the rest of the system. So if you're on anything hard packed, that spring snow, just lean a corner like you would normally.
Cool. And the whole track just pivots.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Now tell me a little bit about your progressive rate suspension and the way that works compared to a typical track kit on a sled or other bikes.
Yeah, definitely. So progressive suspension is what's on your bike normally, which means it starts off soft in the initial stroke, and as it goes through and collapses, it actually stiffens up. Whereas the other systems are falling rate, which means it's stiff in the initial stroke and then gets softer as it goes through. Our idea is kind of, the guys behind these bikes spent millions of dollars engineering a system to work with rising rate, and that's kind of how we did it. It feels a lot more balanced. I mean, I'm sure you've seen our dirt video where we take it out and took it to our local motocross track, and we're jumping it out there. So it jumps a lot more like a bike because it gives you that pop in the rear end to really balance you out in the air, so you can absorb the small bumps on the trail, yet you can still send it, 100 feet and land comfortably.
So that allows for preload too as you're going off.
Exactly, correct.
That's cool. Great idea and thought there. I noticed you're mounting your brake in a different location. Tell me about your brake.
Definitely, yeah. So the brake has moved from the hub of last year to the drive shaft on the non-drive side of the bike. And it's now fully enclosed on the outside there. So this really helps to get rid of the icing issues, because it's been a big issue on all of them. Is they ice up and then you have to drag the brakes for a little while before they're back. That's where we really like our system. It's been great for that, and I kind of nicknamed it, and actually nicknamed it at the show. It's got its own thermostat, because those holes will plug up if it's cold out, and then it'll kind of seal itself and keep the ice from going there. But then if it starts to get too hot, it'll clear those holes and cool itself off, so it continually keeps it there and ice free.
That's a great idea. Tell us about the ski and the spindle.
Yeah, definitely. So we have a really unique approach here as well. I, being a dirt bike guy, always hated the idea of clamping to my fork tubes. They're easily damaged, and I just don't like that. You ruin fork seals, you lose some of the travel. So our system uses clamps that actually, well, not clamps, but spacers more so, that go into your axle clamp spots there, and that keeps it from rocking forward. But we use a bar that rests underneath the bottom of your fork tubes that actually keeps it from rocking back. And this is actually a design fail point. So if you do take a really good hit to the front, that bar there will actually bend. You can slide it out, put a new one in, and we've had amazing luck with no fork damage with this ski system.
So the only true attachment point, the only attachment point you're using is the engineered attachment point that the bike has, where you're clamping to the axle.
Correct, yeah. And it makes it for a super simple swap. I mean, you could honestly go from tire to ski in under 5 minutes and back and forth. I was mentioning earlier that there's been some times up on the mountain where we start out our ride with the tire on the front, and once we hit the snow, we swap to the ski, because it's riding on the back of the tunnel, and do that trail side and then swap it back on our way back down.
Awesome. Now briefly tell us a little bit about your ski design. I think that's fairly unique to your kit.
Yeah, definitely. So we run a 3-runner ski, and it's 3 keel. It's a pretty cool design. We really like it. It's got shorter curved runners there that give it a lot better feel on that hard packed terrain. They run true carbide, so it bites really good into the snow. But since they're shorter and curved, if you're on that hard pack, it's not going to grab every line and try to move you into that line or try to take the bars out of your hands. So that makes it for a really unique system. We also have on the outside runners there, they're actually turned out at a 15-degree angle. So when you start picking the center carbide up off the ground when you're leaning, the carbides on the outside are now biting in, and they're biting straight down, which gives you a lot better feel. You feel like you can put a lot more trust into it because it's not gonna wash out on you.
Because your carbide's biting at all times.
Exactly. And then, of course, our keels run the full length of the ski, which gives it, great deep snow performance, because the whole length of the ski, no matter what part's in contact, is going to bite into the snow and give you that hookup that you're looking for. That's
a cool design. That's a great looking kit. We're excited to try this kit and put some hours on this thing, test it this season. Well, terrific. Thanks for your time, Zach.
Yeah, thank you guys.